Hi, everybody. Welcome to our latest SETAS webinar with the School of Engineering, Technology, and Applied Science. My name is Greg. I'm going to help host and also manage the Q&A. I'm pleased to introduce our first guest speaker, Dr. Patrick Kelly, the Dean of the School of Engineering, Technology, and Applied Science at Centennial.
Thank you, Greg. Good morning, everyone. And very excited to be here and joining you at this program information session where we're just going to spend the next hour and a half or so just talking a little bit about School Engineering, Technology, and Applied Science, better known as SETAS, and three of our specific programs, the electrical program, electronics, and energy systems programs. So with that, I'm just going to provide a brief overview of the school, and then I'm going to hand it off to my amazing, talented faculty team and program coordinators who are going to give you some specifics on these three programs. So the School of Engineering, Technology, and Applied Science, as I mentioned, SETAS, is basically the largest school at Centennial College, and we have just over 6,000 students, really offering a full range of program offerings from pre-apprenticeship, apprenticeship, diploma, 2-year diplomas, 3-year advanced diplomas, grad certificates, as well as a degree. So we basically have the full continuum of programs in engineering, technology, and applied science. There's something for everyone. Our programs are nationally accredited through CSET and Technology Accreditation Canada, which is known as TAC. And that really brings us two benefits as we see it. First and foremost, it really adds to the existing internal control mechanisms we have in place at the college. For the accreditation process, you'll have a team of industry practitioners, auditors showing up, and they really look at every aspect of the program from cradle to grave. They look at the curriculum, they tour the labs, they interview students, faculty, industry partners, employers, and graduates, and then they express an opinion on the caliber and quality of the program, often with suggestions for improvement. So there's that the quality control piece that is really important to us to ensure that our programs are highly industry relevant and up to date. And then also the second benefit is that the accreditation process, it provides graduates with the opportunity to apply for industry recognized certification once they complete their program. So certified engineering technician or technologist, this really helps our grads, or assists them at least, when they go out and market themselves and look for work. So those are the two benefits of accreditation as we see it. Many of our programs culminate in a capstone project where students work in teams to solve issues faced by industry. And the best of those capstone projects come to our annual technology fair. So where students basically compete for medals and things of that nature, and these projects are judged by our industry partners. So it's really a signature event, but really allows students to bring together all of their learning throughout the program in these capstone projects at the end. And then certainly central to our programs is a course in global citizenship and equity, and also service learning activities, which, while really teaches the importance of social responsibility and ensures we're producing well-rounded graduates. And that's really coming from our employers and industry partners who are saying that, we understand your grads, they have to have sound technical skills. That's a given. But then they're also looking for well-rounded graduates. And so we really seek to produce graduates with both technical and these, if you will, social responsibility, general education skills as well. So I told you we have about 6,000 students. So those 6,000 students, they're allocated across 4 departments in the school. First department would be Applied Biological and Environmental Science, and that's at our Morningside campus. So within that department, we have biotechnology, environmental, food science, medical lab, and the biomedical programs. And then our next department is Information Communication Engineering Technology. That's at Progress Campus. And within this department, we have networking, software, mobile applications, cybersecurity. We actually have a bachelor's degree in computer and communication networks, 4-year university degree, as well as a newer grad certificate, the Internet of Things. So that's our second department. Next department up would be Advanced Manufacturing and Automation Technology. So within this department, we have automation robotics, aerospace manufacturing engineering. That program is at our Downsview Aerospace campus, which is a world-class facility. We also have product design and development, mechanical, as well as electrical. And you're going to hear a little more about our electrical program after my slides. And then our final department, sustainable design and renewable energy. That's where we have architecture, construction management, electronics, energy systems, heating, refrigeration, and air conditioning, as well as this department looks after all of our mathematics offerings across the school, which are a pretty important component of all programs with Eng Tech and Applied Science. So you're also going to hear more about the electronics and energy systems programs as well. So just a couple of slides to show you just how some signature events, and what we're looking at here is the annual Ontario Skills Competition. And we think of this as the Olympics of post-secondary education. All the colleges come together and students compete in timed competitions. So this occurs every May, and this past May, Centennial, SETAS specifically, we won 10 medals at this competition. And then we also won for the 4th year in a row College of Distinction Award. So we're very proud of our students and faculty, and it really speaks highly of the caliber of grads that we're producing, and we're winning the College of Distinction for the 4th year in a row. Here you're looking at, I had mentioned earlier, where our capstone projects, the best of our capstones, end up at our annual technology fair. And so you're looking at here where we're bringing students together and they're competing for, I had said, medals. It's really a signature event of the school where we bring industry partners in and students are able to, present their capstone projects. And there's a Dean's Award, Innovation Award, Social Innovation Award, as well as departmental awards. And once again, really speaks to the caliber of our students and what they can produce under the guidance of our talented faculty and support staff. Here is just, a snapshot of our labs, core to our educational experience or approach to education is giving students this hands-on opportunity. And, we have some of the best labs in GTA and in Ontario, quite frankly. And just to give you a little taste of that, you see on the top right, that's one of our software labs. And then if we just go clockwise, bottom right, that's at our aerospace campus in Downsview. And then bottom left is one of our networking labs at Progress Campus, and top left would be our analytical chemistry lab at Morningside Campus. So really these labs, they're filled with the latest and greatest technologies and equipment, and it really allows students with the opportunity to apply the theory that they've been learning. And I believe this is my last slide. I just want to talk a little bit about our activities as a school and applied research and innovation. So this is really important to the school in that it allows us to work with local businesses, small, medium-sized companies. And we have a department at the college, ARIES, Applied Research, Innovation, and Entrepreneurial Services, who really work with local businesses and seek government funding. And then they'll align a school or department with that business and conduct applied research activities. So our applied research activities really focus on commercialization of products and processes, but what this benefit brings to the school. First and foremost, it keeps our curriculum and our faculty current, because you're working with small, medium-sized companies and doing R&D type of activities. But more importantly, it really provides our students with the opportunity to interact with employers through these applied research projects. And often when students do that through their program, when they complete their program of study, it will lead to job offers with the employers that they're working with. And certainly in applied research, our areas are really aerospace, energy, and sustainable design. And I can proudly say that in 2001, Centennial ranked #1 amongst Canadian colleges to provide paid student internships in applied research. So really it speaks to providing opportunities for our students to interact with industry, and at the end of the day, improving their opportunities to secure a job. So that's my last slide. I'm now going to hand it over to Professor Slava Rolinsky, who's the program coordinator for the electrical programs. And Slava is going to give you some nuts and bolts details on our amazing electrical programs. So Slava, over to you, my friend.
Thank you, Dean Kelly. Thank you everyone for participating in today's session. And I would like to present our electrical programs. I'll go with details more, but I just wanted to highlight any programs you select at Centennial College will be highly recommended to take in the industry. All economy, not just in Canadian, but all in the world, moving to electrification and going to the clean energy and sustainable environment. So I would go over our main items, highlights. So all programs, including our programs, electrical programs, located at the main campus, Progress Campus, where we have the services from residents to the gym, library, hospitality services. We have a very good access to the public transit. Also, we have parking lot accessible, easy accessible to the highway, with 37 electrical vehicle charging system installed recently, and that number is going to obviously grow even higher. In regards to our programs, electrical cluster contains many different programs, from 1-year program, electrical techniques, they call 3831, to their technology programs. And it means from 1 year or 8-month program up to 3 years plus co-op. So you have a lot of opportunities to select their proper program for you. And a very well hidden gem, you can see the item 4 and 5 is the fast track electrical engineering technician and also technology with co-op. So what does it mean, fast track? For people who have their background in the electrical engineering or the degree or technician technology diploma, you can actually bypass a few basic foundation courses, right? Electronics, electrical, and concentrate on their Canadian requirements, on Canadian standards. So those programs basically eliminate or shorten your program by 1 year, right? Two semesters. So once again, very wide selection of the programs. In electrical cluster, we have everything from apprenticeship up to the technology with potential progression to the university degree right away, or you can select it and do it later. But the main advantage of college education, you get a lot of hands-on, right? So that's a main highlight. So if you look on the number of jobs, you can see the junior technician technology positions will be a way more pool of the jobs where you can apply. Regarding our faculty, so in electrical cluster, we have over 30 faculty, highly experienced, highly educated, from their industry, trade license to their PhD master degrees. Also, they participate in their research projects, and we involve our students as well. Regarding the history, probably our program is one of the newest addition, but it's already over 10 years old, and the high demand in their domestic market tells about their employability as well, right? So our numbers are very strong. You can see actually growth year over year. The last year, I believe it was over 180, with a very high domestic interest. So it basically tells you it will be high demand for international, and obviously it tells you something about the job market as well. If you look at their history, the latest addition, what I've mentioned just now, was the fast track programs. Fast track programs, they've been really not very well advertised, and if you have degree or you applying with a degree or some technician background, you can actually look at those programs, fast track technician and technology programs. Also, we have the shortest programs, like I said, 8-month techniques. We have 2-year program, electrical engineering technician. And if you look on their fast track, basically a 3-year program becomes 2-year for fast track technology. All these programs, like I said, in very high demand. A number of labs supporting the education, right? So we are going from the hands-on part to the design, troubleshooting, involved in their all aspect of electrical industry. Research projects, like I said, this is just some examples, right? Just the snapshots of the project where our faculty students get involved, and includes their electrical controls, includes their projects with the energy and so on. So here's some images that actually projects additional electrical vehicle chargers was installed as the capstone project years ago. It was 7 years ago, and different installation across the campus where our students actually participate. So it's actually a part of our curriculum. A local building skill project. We worked very hard together with across many programs, and this has been integrated in our education. This is what industry demands, and this is what we looking to deliver. Here's our electrical vehicle society meetings, and renewable energy, one of the part-time learning course instructor presenting their solar installation. You can see bifacial solar modules beside. Many applied research projects also are been really, really important to involve our faculty, students, and staff. Many partners, not only contributing to the research project, but also hiring our students, co-op students, and graduates. Highlight on the skills Ontario. The students been involved for many years, just a couple recent years, even with COVID, we had really good results. So here you can see the last year we had virtual skills, and gold and silver actually belong to our electrical engineering technology students. This year, we actually have the gold, and also our electrical engineering technology student won the gold. And this is was just recent. This is the first time in person skills Ontario competition after the lockdown. It was held at their training center, IBW, and our student actually won the silver award, silver, gold, and another one won their bronze. They all actually received the job offers right at their site. Our programs accredited, nationally accredited by the TAC, Technology Accreditation Canada. On top of that, our programs given your exemption from their apprenticeship training. So when you get registered with the company, you can actually be exempt from the level 1 if you take in electrical techniques. And if you take in the electrical technology technician program, you will get exempt from the level 1 and 2 for your apprenticeship. And this is another very high demand field where thousands and thousands of the people basically getting hired every year. Also, our programs accredited with the Canadian Fire Alarm Association. So it means if you take our electrical engineering technician technology program, you will get exempt from the 3 out of 5 courses. Other 2 courses offered at Centennial College, and you can actually take them in part-time learning on Saturdays or evenings and become a certified fire alarm technician working in the field. Also very high code-driven. Basically, it's a law in Ontario and Canada, and you can work across Canada. Canadian Fire Alarm Association certification is recognized across Canada. Just to extend their Dean Kelly remarks on technology fair, our students participate and they win different awards. We're trying to do it every year, either virtual or in person. So this is one in person before COVID-19. We organize many industry visits. So our goal for the students who graduate to become highly employable. So we're trying to give you as much exposure to the field. So this one was just a snapshot before COVID, just literally 2 weeks before everything was shut down. We had a number of tours, including their Toronto Hydro, Rex Power Magnetics, Mircom Fire Alarm Building Automation, RPG in Muskoka. We had actually a bus going there for full day, visiting 2 power generation sites. We do tight connection with the OSET, certifying technician in technology in Ontario. And this is just a snapshot of the few events, right, in the winter 2020, and usually we do it during the engagement week or break week. So you can see even the number of participants. We do different trainings. We have like here's just the snapshots of the different events again, and we are looking to continue right after restrictions are lifted. Here you can see still some slides, SNC Electric Company visit in the fall 2019, and many other industry visits we performed during those years. So we can see a presentation from Electrical Safety Authority to the trainings and other events, just a few company snapshots, and here the snapshot from the visits, so the faculty, the students. We also maintain connection with their students after the graduation. So our group you can find on LinkedIn. I think it's close to 500 members, including program advisory committee, faculty, students, and graduates. We have very active electrical engineering student society. They organize different career nights, special trainings, events. You can see the public speakers coming from different industry fields and delivering their projects. So in terms of their support, you will find very strong support for all the students at Centennial. I just wanted to show, beside myself, academic advisor, we have the student advisors, we have the support from colleagues, and we have other support. So I think to be concise, I'm okay with my slides, so I can pass it over to next presenter, and I guess after you can ask the questions. Thank you again.
Yes, thank you. Great presentation, Slava. So as our next presenter, Professor Cam Tam gets his slides ready, let's take a look at the Q&A app. We have a couple questions about co-op. Slava, could you talk a little bit about co-op for the electrical engineering programs? So
yes,
when would the first, so the question here, for the co-op program, do we need to finish the first semester first and complete a specific subject before proceeding, or can you do co-op in the first term? So let's just talk a little bit about when co-op is integrated into the program.
Excellent question. So all our programs actually allow, technology programs allow to go to the co-op. When you apply to the technology program, you have the option to apply to the co-op in semester 4, right? So your goal would be maintain your high GPA, and during the semester 4, you can apply, and there will be interview. And the co-op is actually 1 year. It's between semester 5 and 6. So you're going for the full year. Usually it's 3 blocks. And if you go into the, let's say, Toronto Hydro, they're going to put you in different departments, right? So it will be also great experience. Just talking to the co-op department regarding our electrical students in the co-op, they have no problems placing them. In fact, we actually we need more, but it just we need more people applying for the co-op, because we have the higher demand than actually students in the program. So they're always asking us to supply more. So we are talking to co-op department to extend our.
Excellent. And we have a question about applying to co-op. So I could just add that if you're interested to take a co-op as part of your academic experience at Centennial, you just need to apply for a program that says optional co-op. As Professor Slava had mentioned, there is an application process. So you'll actually have academic requirements that you need to meet in order to proceed into the co-op. So that's not acceptance that you can get at the time when you're applying to Centennial. You need to first start the program, demonstrate you're succeeding academically in the program, and meet the academic requirements to advance into the co-op stream. We also have another question, which is going to come up, I think, for all 3 of these areas. And that is, what is the difference between a technician and a technology program? So I can start the conversation by just explaining that a technician diploma is 2 years, and a technology program is advanced diploma, and it's 3 years. Now, if you take a fast track program, as was mentioned, you can obtain a block transfer of credits for your first year of study. So if you're a fast track student taking a diploma program, which is 2 years, you have the opportunity to complete that diploma program in 1 year by obtaining the block transfer for your first semesters. And if you're going for an advanced diploma program, which is 3 years, technology program, you can complete that 3-year advanced diploma program in 2 years if you're a fast track postgraduate student. So Patrick, would you like to add about the difference between technician and technology?
Yeah, thank you, Greg. Certainly. So, often with the advanced diploma, one of the big differences is that's where the co-op option is. So if students are interested in pursuing a co-op opportunity, they need to register for the advanced diploma. So certainly with that extra year, it really allows students to give them some advanced technical skills as well as communication skills as well with that 3rd year of study. But often we've designed those programs so that much of the curriculum in the first 2 years is common. So students will often register for technician, and they find, what, I want co-op or that 3rd year, and they'll transfer over into the technology, the 3-year advanced diploma, and vice versa. Sometimes students will start an advanced diploma, and as they move through the program, they may get a job offer, or something comes up and they feel they need to return to the workplace, so they can transfer from the advanced diploma into the diploma, the technician. So those are really the key differences between the two, but rest assured, a lot of the curriculum is common in the first 2 years.
Great point, Patrick. That was part of the follow-up question. Actually, the student AA has said, can I start one and graduate in the other? So that flexibility is an advantage of choosing these programs at Centennial. Okay, so we're ready for our next speaker, Professor Cam Tam. Are you ready to share your slides now?
So good morning, my name is Cam Tang. I'm the professor and the program coordinator for the electronics program. And we can see that electronic devices are everywhere right now these days. And we find that in actually starting from your smartwatch and your personal device, cell phone, to when your home automation, smart home, and you get into the car, there's some security system in the car. And unfortunately, you go to the hospital, you also have to have the vital sign measure. You have all those heart rate, pulse measurements. They are electronic devices. From industrial and aviation perspective, there are automations happening all over the world to speed up the process. Even for the military, there are some weapon engineering technician openings focus on the navigations and also the protections, the GPS systems that needs to be secured. So you can see from the electronics perspective, there are some focus on the electronic device on the circuit level and the signal processing level. We do the measurement and we look at the sensors and we capture the signals and do some computation, understand the system and do the control. And then we communicate with other systems using wireless and Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and other technologies common in the industry. And also now focus on the artificial intelligence, how we actually build in the intelligence with the vision, with the voice, and all kind of features we're able to translate it into the electronic and the semiconductor devices. So this is a snapshot of what the electronics engineering programs we offer. And if you look at the circle here, we have 4 quadrants. And on the right-hand side, and we can see that we have the regular program 3205 and 3206. So they are regular programs, 2 years technician and 3-year technologist. If you happen to graduate from college and university, you have your related field in engineering, your electronics engineering, and you can make the length of your study by 1 year. So you can finish your technician program in 1 year, and then your technology program in 2 years. So you just basically skip the first year's 2-semester courses. You can see that from the regular 3205 program. And we do have another options is to allow students to, when they first finish the first year study, they can choose to go into a focused area related to Samsung's appliances, the 5 appliances of the fridge, the stove, the dryers, the washer, and the microwave. So those students are going to learn the system control and the measurements to take all these appliances apart and then check out the actual the components and then put it back into the workable functioning appliances. So this is very unique opportunity for students looking into getting some in-depth knowledge in the Samsung appliances. Also, for the bottom half of the circle here, we have the technology program, fast track, and the regular. So students can, when they finish the first year study, they find out that they can actually switch to the co-op program. So we do have co-op program named from 8 months to 12 months, 8 months for the fast track students, and then 12 months for the regular technology program. So students have to indicate their interest in the first semesters and get into the information sections and start applying for that one. Of course, and we just Greg mentioned, there's academic requirements that students have to meet certain GPA requirement, to allow it to be considered for the co-op programs. So all these programs, or even technician at the large, they all can be certified. We meet the student, we meet the educational requirement for both Ontario, the provincial regulations, and also recognized nationally for the tech. And also with the tech, and also have the a different kind of CINI and a different accord. So those graduate educational qualifications will also be recognized within other countries like Asian country, European countries, depends on the relationship we build with that. We can have a list to show that actually how many countries recognize those particular certifications. So when you look into the electronics engineering, indicated that we're more focused on the circuit level in the digital world, in the analog world. We look at the signal level, signal processing. So electronics engineering in general for the technicians, we set up the test equipment, we conduct the measurements and tests, and connect and calculate the results, understand what's the problem, and students are going to learn how to troubleshoot the system and try to repair them as well. So this is we give you all those knowledge about the measuring equipments and tool sets and the knowledge required to understand the circuit behavior and then fix the problem. When we get into the advanced electronics engineering, so basically this is the focus for the technology students. So they will learn advanced engineering principles, and they will go in deeper for the simulation and understand the concepts and try to build, design, and not just the product itself, but also the test experiment. They know understand how the design work and know how to test them. They will try to solve those engineering problems by designing the experiment, analyze the results, and then for the measurement. And also they need to have build the system and product in a digital analog way, and also learn to communicate with any other device through the Wi-Fi communications and optical communications and better system. More importantly, they will learn how to build a printed circuit board in order to actually put the system together. So these are the capstone project and research our students were interested to get involved. On the left-hand side, and smart lock, and students use the microcontroller, the ESP8266. They use the controller to control the locking movement, while at the same time they can actually be able to handle the RFID signals and identify who's coming in and when it's coming in. And they can communicate the device with the Bluetooth, and also they have the Wi-Fi module connected to the internet. And since all of those, the login logout data will be sent out to the internet cloud, for example, the ThinkSpeak or the AWS, they can actually connect those information and share it with the end users through the cell phone and through the spreadsheet. So the administrator will be able to look after those particular system devices. And the middle one, students like to build some robotic arms through the stepping motors and servo motors. And they can use the microcontrollers, communicate it with the actual robots, and try to pick up on the yellow one, try to pick up the objects with their colors because they build in some sensor to able to visualize the shape and the color, and to decide what to pick up and where they're going to put them back to the storage area. And the second one is using a glove control, and you can actually wear the glove of your hand, and using the wireless technology, in this case, is Bluetooth, and communicate with robotic arms, so it can actually remote control the movement of the hands, the fingers, to grab the material, to actually grab the objects and place it somewhere else. On the right-hand side, we do have a security robot that student built, and they actually the idea using the vision, the camera to actually detect the objects, to using the proximity sensors to try to detect the object and avoid the objects, and also they can use the light tracing mechanism to detect where the robots were able to move in certain path following the pattern that we designed. And a student found it very interesting, and we can work it internally, externally, and through the capstone project, and also the external grants to work with the research department to make these designed ideas happening. So the common questions that would come to us is, okay, what the technician supposed to do after graduation, and what happened to the technologists? So in general, according to the Technology Accreditation Canada, so technicians are more the problem solvers. They understand the circuit, and they set up the equipment and measure it and troubleshooting, and this is what the skill set have been trained. That's what the knowledge, the actual concept they're asked to do. For the technologies, because they have more time to study the advanced engineering principles, they are more the managers of those technicians, try to design and build a product and system to be able to solve the engineering problem, or actually solve the testing issues. So they are the managers leading the group of technicians in the department to solve the engineering problems together. So for the graduates, when they finish the school, again, we mentioned that there's technician can actually move on to technology, and also technology students here may change their mind and they want to go to the workplace earlier. They can always switch between the two programs. And when actually we find that the graduate finished the school, they went to the workplace for a couple of years, they get themselves certified. They also have the pathway to go back to the school. The program that we're working with the other university is particularly for the technology program. They can go into master the local universities in the province of Ontario. They can continue study in the second and third years in electrical engineering and software and energy. For the electronics, and we cover the circuit, the level, the device level, and we also cover a lot of programming as well. So it's kind of a logical way to actually go into software engineering to integrate the software concept and also the hardware components together. Okay, so this is what we have for the electronics program. Any particular questions you may have?
So we can also answer a few of the general questions while we wait. So attendee has said, a friend of mine took a Centennial program and heard that technology fair was a great way to promote their final project before graduation. He secured a job after that. So the question is, can all students participate? How does that work? It sounds very interesting. Patrick, would you like to share a little bit more about how students actually get involved in that technology fair?
Sure. We just had it. It occurs every April, and we just did our 10th annual technology fair. And what's key to that, as I said, it's a signature school event where, once again, we're inviting industry and employers and industry partners to come in and judge these capstone projects that our amazing students have put together. And how we've worked it is basically we bring together the, if you will, the highest caliber capstones across the school from all 4 departments. So those are referred by faculty and coordinators to the capstone project or to the technology fair. And this past April, we had approximately 60 projects, capstone projects, and around 200 students participating. So, once again, a real signature event. What we're looking at doing now is because with the virtual fair over the last few years, we've had students videotaping their presentations, and a 5-minute video presentation. Once again, that's been one of the, I guess, if you will, surprises out of COVID, the professionalism of the videotaping, the recording that the students do, which is a real good tool for them when they go out looking for work. They can just provide the potential employer with a link to the video, and they can see what the students have put together. But all that to say, with this video opportunity, we're now looking at having all the capstone projects, like having a video recording of all capstones, and then have a library of that. So there'll be opportunities for everyone to be doing that down the road. But as it currently stands, it's really kind of our if you will, highest caliber capstones come to the fair.
What do you think about this question about encouraging students to innovate and any networking events the school holds with electronics manufacturers?
I can just maybe kick off, and then my colleagues can chime in. Certainly within the capstones, that's really the opportunity for our students to innovate. And as I said, I mean, when you see the projects that come forward to the capstone or to the technology fair, and indeed all the capstones, there's a lot of innovation that goes into that. With our capstone projects, sometimes we're able to partner with an industry partner, if you will, and students will, be looking at a specific problem or challenge within that industry, and that's the focus of their capstone. So there's ample opportunities for students to innovate within the capstone project. And then also I spoke applied research. Once again, we're working with small, medium-sized companies and looking at R&D type of activities with these companies. So there's once again a lot of opportunities to innovate, and the networking opportunities, certainly, we encourage that through our student societies. Slava had mentioned that, a number of the programs have very active, vibrant student societies, and really we support these societies in organizing, employer nights, networking nights. As I said in my initial presentation, the more opportunities for students to interact with employers as they move through their program of study, that's a positive as we see it. And through our career services and graduate placement department, they also put on, if you will, job fairs focused on, specific clusters, and that happens throughout the year as well. So certainly lots of opportunities to innovate. You see it through our technology fair and our capstones. And the networking opportunities, absolutely, we're a proponent of networking opportunities with employers.
Hello, good morning, everybody. So actually, my name is Arun. I'm the program coordinator for Energy Systems Engineering Technology program. And so this program actually will give you all necessary skills and confidence so that you can take your career in the fast growing job market. And that's why we regularly update our course curriculum, materials, and other equipments as well. The commonly asked questions are, what are the programs? So basically, as in other programs, we have both technician and technology program. And we also have a Bachelor of Energy Systems Engineering Technology. It would be a 4-year program, but this is still pending in the ministry for approval. And our programs are all accredited programs with Technology Accreditation Canada. Previously, we were accredited with SETAS. Now, so these ESET would provide resources for research activities as well, and learning opportunities to our students and local entrepreneurs. So to tell you briefly about this program, what's the difference between technician and technology? I guess you have already heard from the program coordinator of electronics engineering. So the technician program, basically, it deals with the installation, operation, maintenance, and troubleshooting. So mainly these are all hands-on skills. And so if you choose a fast track program, you could skip 1 year, which means 2 semesters, and you could complete your program within a year. And the technology program, actually, you will be designing a complete system. Not only you will manage the whole system, you have to design it. And so basically, you are in charge of the whole system. Now, the regular program is 3 years with 6 semesters. Now, if you choose co-op, then you could skip 1 year as before, and you could complete this program within 2 years. Now, if you go for co-op, I mean, if you qualify for co-op, because you already heard that there will be an interview depending on your GPA score. And and if you are a successful candidate, then you will have 1 extra year that you will be working in a related industry. And you know, you will have 1 year of Canadian experience, which is very important here in Canada. So if you have a Canadian experience, it's very easy to land a job very quickly. And so this is a very good thing that if you work in a Canadian industry, you will get 1 year of experience. Now, the other question is that students usually ask whether I can switch from technician and technology, or I can switch to co-op later on, and or vice versa. Yes, you can do it, and you should apply it to the success advisor, and then you'll be guided accordingly. So there is a flexibility there as well. Now, the one good thing is that this year we have placed all the students, 100% placement, 100% placement of co-op students and in Canadian industries. So this is for the first time that you know, our co-op department worked very hard to make it possible. Now, our programs, actually the technology program, it covers 3 sectors. One is conventional energy. So you will be dealing with the fossil fuel-based power generation. And the most, you know, the popular sector is renewable energy. And here you will be dealing with clean and sustainable power from solar, wind, biomass, geothermal, hydro energy, including energy auditing or advising, PLC, energy storage, motion control, and many more. And the other thing is building management system. We call it building automation. So it means the automatic centralized control of energy systems, including lighting, security, HVAC, and etc. through a building management system. So when you become a graduate, you could easily land a job in one of these 3 sectors. Now, why would you study energy program? There are hundreds of programs out there. So renewable energy jobs right now are booming across America, Europe, and Asia, creating stable and high-wage employment. So according to Clean Energy Canada, Canada's clean energy sector will employ about 559,400 Canadians by 2030 in energy auditing, energy storage, electric vehicles, solar, and wind sectors. So our students of energy programs usually land a job within 6 months of their graduation. And the global energy industries are now undergoing unprecedented changes. So the chances of landing a job is very high here. And then the rapid increase in energy consumption in the developing world also will be the key driver of growth for global energy market. And scientists are now busy in developing efficient renewable energy technologies like PV panels with increased efficiency, the wind, the nuclear fusion, biomass, geothermal, marine energy, and concentrated solar power. It's now gaining popularity, concentrated solar power. So America's two fastest growing jobs through 2026 will be in solar and wind sectors. So if you are thinking about going for a career in renewable energy, this is the best time, because everybody is now talking about renewable energy. Not only because it is trending, but it also helps a top career path to make a global impact right now. And who are the people hiring? Who are the industries? So there are hundreds of industries they usually hire, but our students are regularly being hired by some reputed companies like Clear Blue Technologies, Bombardier, Toronto Hydro, Alexicon, Ontario Power Generation, Fronius Solar Energy, Grasshopper Solar, and then Honeywell, Clear Salt Canada, Circuit Energy, Toronto Transit Commission, eCamion, Celestica, Microgreen Solar, Rentechnic, Enerworks, Velocity Technologies, Dawn Solar Energy Network Services, and many more. Now, the emerging technologies is energy systems are mostly in energy storage, smart microgrid, and artificial intelligence, automation, smart city, floating, solar and wind system, biomass energy. So depending on job market demand and recommendation from our program advisory committee. So we have a program advisory committee. This consists of all CEO and then other top management people from different industries. So we meet at least twice a year with those industry partners, and they guide us, give us advice that what kind of skill are being sought in the industries right now. And accordingly, we change our course curriculum so that our students are always job ready in the market. And as you can see, these are some snapshots of our lab works and possible job positions. So energy specialist, energy auditor, energy management technologist, solar energy technologist, wind power technician, solar PV installer, renewable energy sales rep, project manager, building automation, system specialist, building automation, system technician, geothermal technician, biomass technician, microgrid technologists, and many more. Now, if you, let me just quickly play a video clip for you.
The Greener Homes Grant to help retrofit up to 700,000 homes. This investment will provide energy audits as well as grants of up to $5,000.
Now, this is our Prime Minister, Trudeau.
$1,000 for homeowners so that they can make energy efficient improvements. If you're a homeowner, this will make your life more affordable and lower your energy bills, all while fighting climate change and creating good middle-class jobs. To make these renovations happen, we need workers who can install windows, heating and cooling experts, electricians, and insulation specialists. But before any of that work gets going on your house, you need an energy advisor who can tell you where you're losing heat in the winter or why your house is getting too hot in the summer, so you can plan what makes the most sense to invest in. We know that there's going to be a bigger demand for energy advisors now and in the coming years as more and more people retrofit their homes.
Okay, so as you heard from our Prime Minister, that there will be a high demand for energy advisors. So there will be legislation here. Anybody likes to buy a house in Ontario or any other provinces, this house has to be certified as energy efficient. Who will be doing this job? That's you guys, who will be graduating from energy program. So there are plenty of jobs out there. All you have to come here and grab it. Now the co-op opportunities. This is an opportunity that mostly all students are very much interested in. And our program features an optional co-op placement between 8 months to 12 months. And this offers practical experience in a related industry following your semester 5. So after you complete your semester 5, you go for 1 year to work in an industry, and then you come back and finish your 6th semester. Now, while you are working in the industry, there it happened that our students were offered a full-time job because they work very satisfactorily in the industry. So they completed their 6th semester and returned back to the industry. And you could be one of them. Who knows? So we work with business, industry, and government directly to arrange work placement opportunities. And we have a big co-op department. They are working, day and night to arrange placements for our students. And this year, 100% co-op placements were made possible for our energy students. Now, let us hear what the students are talking about our co-op programs. So just give me a second, I'll share it with you.
I'm an international student. When I came to Canada, I decided to study Energy Systems Engineering Technology program at Centennial College. I decided to choose co-op option because it gives the students the opportunity to get the real work experience before they graduate the college. The semester before I started my co-op term, I had a co-op 2-to-1 class, employment preparation class, where we were able to learn how to write the resumes and also where and how to look for a job. When I started my co-op term, I had an advisor, Melanie Richardson, which really helped me during my co-op term. If I had any questions, I could contact her and she was willing to help me with everything I need. Through Higher Centennial website, I found the co-op term placement, which is student researcher at Applied Research and Innovation Center and Clear Blue Technologies.
We ended up getting Centennial students, they're called P2Ys. And that's where Anna came from. And they work here for a year. And when it's a year and it's not like a common co-op that's like 4 months where you just get somebody started and then they leave, it allows you to really get focused on where you want that people to go. Personalities play a large part. Abilities is almost secondary.
At the beginning of my co-op term, I didn't have enough leadership and communicational skills. And right now, I'm really confident in talking to customer, which is communication. I know how to work in a team, how to lead a team, how to run the production, which is leadership skills. Right after I graduated, Clear Blue Technologies hired me. Currently, I'm responsible for software and hardware development and implementation of the product, technical customer support.
Anna works very well with everybody in the organization. Good communicator, responsible, knows what has to get done, and drives us. That doesn't happen with everybody.
Okay, so as you can see that you have heard that what the industry partners are talking about, our students, it feels great, when you hear all this kind of thing from the industry partners. So let us quickly watch another video clip. It will be also very short. Just a minute.
I attended Centennial College. I did Energy Systems Engineering Technology. So the co-op term I had, it was a 1-year professional experience. I had it with myself with Clear Blue Technologies, which is a company I'm working for right now. It was looking at the other side of things. On being students, you don't know what the employer needs. That 1-year experience really opened my eyes.
I think they get a chance within this small organization to see how sales and operations and engineering operate. So a lot of times we have co-op students within one of those respective areas, but they certainly get exposed to a wide spectrum. We really want to look at creating an environment and expose them to things that would be valuable for them in their careers.
The co-op 221 employment preparation class helped me prepare for my co-op term, how to write a resume, how to write a cover letter. The co-op advisor was very helpful, supporting me during the process in a way, advising me what to do and what not to do, where to look for jobs, emphasizing the importance of networking. So after finishing my co-op term, right away I started looking for jobs. I would hire Centennial, any job related to my field of study. I would reshape my resume, write a cover letter, and apply for the job. And then a few months after I graduated, I get a call from the company that I did my co-op term with, Clearblue Technologies. And they said, "Are you still free?" So they offered me the job.
Hossein has a key role to play here. He's customer facing in a lot of things that he does. So we're not in the room looking at him. We trust that he knows how to talk to a customer, knows what to say, and has the background and skill set to do it successfully. So they are in critical roles.
Okay, so there you go. You heard from two of our. Hossein is now working as a manager with Alexicon company. It's one of the largest electric power distribution, transmission, and distribution company. And this is the energy engineering. This is the student hub. So you will come here to this hub and pay your tuition and etc. Okay, now these are some of the training and lab activities here. We have 4 different types of roof simulators. So students are trained on how to install solar panels and then connect them properly and then test them, the troubleshooting, everything is done here. We also trained the indigenous people here, funded by the government, and they were successfully placed in different organizations. Now, okay, so let's see. So these are our state-of-the-art labs. This is just a snapshot. There are so many labs here you will see in the college. This is our, now the question is that in our labs, we do not play with the toys. So students are really working with the real equipments and instruments, not toys. What you are seeing, these are all real stuff. This is the geothermal heat pump. And this is a boiler, Rankine cycle boiler. Now, these are the lab activities. As you can see, our dean is also watching our activities here. And the students are training here. And Hossein, he is now working in the Alexicon. And you have heard him just a few minutes ago. These are the labs. This is the generation, transmission, and distribution of electricity. This is the wind turbine. How do you assemble and connect and test it? And these are also the solar thermal collectors, and the students are working here. And this is, you can see our dean, Dr. Patrick Kelly. He was inaugurating an applied research project which was on the solar and wind hybrid system connected to electric vehicle charging station. So this is the CEO of the company. Now, these are the lab activities, and as you can see, the students are climbing the roofs, and they're more interested to take selfies rather than installing the solar panels. No, I'm just kidding. So they do solar PV installation and troubleshooting, wind turbine installation, troubleshooting, geothermal installation, microgrid energy storage, smart home, building automation. This is our geothermal heat pump. And this is a snapshot of our classroom where the students are writing their tests. And the capstone project. So capstone project is a multifaceted assignment that serves as a culminating academic and intellectual experience for our students. And so when you will be in 6th semester, if you are in technology program, or if you are in technician program, you are in 4th semester, then you have to design a project and build your project accordingly. And you will have a chance, if you have a good project, then you will have a chance to participate in our technology fair and you can you get some awards from there. So some of our recent projects were solar smart building, solar powered vertical garden, hybrid solar dryer, energy efficient evaporative cooling system, vertical axis wind turbine with a wind tunnel, heated bus stop, flywheel energy storage, multifunctional solar collector, capillary solar air collector, pump storage system, solar thermal passive air heating system for a cottage, wireless solar charging station for drones, solar powered traffic control system, geothermal heat pump for heating and cooling, sustainable and smart city, etc. These are some of the snapshots of our capstone projects. Students are working in our machine shop and they are building their project according to their design. So these are some other pictures as well. You can see one of the project here completed here. And so I don't know what they are discussing about. So you can figure it out. This is their complete project, and at the end of the semester, you have to present your project to some judges. These judges are coming from different industries. So they will grade your project accordingly, not us. So thing is that if they like your project, then you may be hired by them. So there are all kinds of opportunities here. And this is one of the completed project here. And here the student is presenting her project, which is a vertical garden. And so this is another, the solar bug killer. And then this is the solar tracker. This is our technology fair. This is a flywheel storage system. And the students are working in the lab. You will be working as well like this. And these are, as you can see, the Minister of Energy, our federal minister, she was visiting and watching some of our projects, students' project. And she was our ex-president, as she is our ex-president. So she was our president before. And her name is Ann Buller. So here you can see the other students' projects and the other students' project you can see. Now some of our program advisory committee, there are a lot, but you know, just to tell you some companies like CanCL, GeoSmart, Alexicon, Clear Blue, Ontario Power Generation, Canware, OCR, Toronto Hydro, Wind Simplicity, and many more. Applied research projects, so applied research, innovation, and entrepreneurial services, and Centennial Energy Institute at Centennial College are our links between our industry partners and diverse array of faculty and students of energy programs. Some of our completed applied projects I already told you, and these are some of the applied research projects, very successful projects with our industrial partners. So these are hybrid systems. As you can see, the wind turbine and solar panel, they produce energy and which are stored in the batteries at the bottom of the pole. And that the power comes from the battery for this 100-watt street light. So this is an off-grid system. You don't have to connect it to the grid. And these are working very well. And these products is selling like crazy. The company is making millions of dollars now. So let's see if it works. And this is another one, as you can see. Now these projects actually, it involved a lot of our students. So if you are interested to get involved in applied research projects, you can come forward and you can be a part of these applied research projects. Okay, so this is the grid-connected solar-powered electric car charging stations. And you could see in the Progress campus, if you come here at the corner, you see the solar tracker. So SETAS and SDRE with its Centennial College resources and other industrial partners has so far created many co-op and full-time job opportunities for the students of energy systems engineering technician and technology programs. After graduation, you will have the easy pathway to various universities. So if you like to pursue higher education to some universities like McMaster and the Lakehead and many more, then you can have your bachelor, your master's, your PhD. And I have 3 of our energy system engineering students. They have already completed their PhD. And it was, it was so nice to hear from that they have completed, 3 students completed already PhD. So you could be one of them. So with that note, I'll let me finish right now. Already I took too much of time. I'm very sorry for that. Now it is open for question and answers. Thank you.
I have 2 questions. One, I have been accepted to electrical engineering technician program, fall 2022. Is it possible to shift? Yes, no problem at all. In fact, our technician and technology program, they share the same courses in the semester 1 and 2. So the first year, you can switch to the technology program. And like we mentioned, the main difference between the technician and technology program, the technology program more in design, and also after the completion of the technology program, you're able to apply and continue to their university degree program. Right now, we have actually a few students just left last week after the graduation. They went to the Lakehead University and they continue for electrical engineering degree program. So, so that's regarding the first question. Question number 2, are we going to study and operate a particular PLC system? Yes, we are. You actually going to be working on their latest technology. So we have the PLC, Siemens PLC in our labs. For the technician and technology, you actually going more in advance. And like we said, all our programs basically contain it's accredited programs by Technology Accreditation Canada. So you will be able to be a certified engineering technologist. And also on top of that, you will get exemption from number of courses if you decide to go for the fire alarm, or if you would like to become their apprentice or electrician in the future, right? So that's another feature of that. Thank you, and I'll pass back to you.
Yep, certainly. Thank you so much, Greg. And, a tip of the hat to my colleagues, Slava, Cam, and Arun, for providing some really important information specific to their respective programs. I want to thank all the attendees today. I think it speaks highly of your commitment to your post-secondary studies by attending these sessions and really getting an understanding of the programs. Certainly with our talented faculty, high-tech labs, and industry-relevant programs, I think you've made a great choice to pursue your post-secondary education at Centennial College, and I hope to see everyone this fall 2022. So take care, have a great day, and let's keep in touch.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, presenters and professors, program coordinators. Thanks to all the students who came out to join us. And we'll say goodbye to Patrick and professors. If you'd like to stay and check the chat on the Q&A that are related specifically to your programs, please type in your answers or go ahead and unmute yourself and answer them. As the professors take a look at the Q&A and make sure we've answered all the remaining questions, I'm just going to go through some overview slides for international students and answer some of the remaining questions. Okay, so to review, Centennial is one of the top destinations for international students in Canada. In the last year, we hosted 27,000 students and about 13,000, almost 13,000 students, 12,994 were international students. So Centennial is recognized as one of the most culturally diverse post-secondary institutions in Canada. In the last year, we have ranked #1 for graduate satisfaction in the GTA, that's the Greater Toronto Area, and also #1 in Canada for providing paid research internships. At Centennial, we have a lot of support services to support international students professionally, academically, and personally, from immigration to health insurance to housing and preparing to graduate, as well as settling in Canada after graduation, connecting with your career services team, hosting job fairs, as well as the networking events that our faculty and dean have told you all about. We also have the Head Start program. So for students who have already received an acceptance, you're ready to begin your journey. The Head Start program provides information to support your transition into Centennial and make sure you're ready for day one of your classes. You can learn more about Head Start at centennialcollege.ca/Head Start, and you can check the email campaigns, the newsletters, the webinars, and as well the information inside the Head Start portal to help you prepare for day one of your classes. This is just a sneak peek at what the Head Start portal looks like. And once you log into My Centennial, you can scroll down to find the Head Start Start Here button. As well at Centennial, we have our International Student Services team, which provides really valuable information to international students from registered Canadian immigration consultants and registered Canadian international student advisors. So these are national certifications which our International Student Services team has to better serve our international student population. Some of the events that they do, for example, are webinars or information sessions on traveling to Canada, as well as applying for a co-op work permit or applying for a post-graduation work permit. So we do have a question about the co-op work permit that I can address here. Once you're a student, you can apply for the co-op work permit. So as the faculty had mentioned, the co-op would not be in your first couple of years, probably is going to be in your third or fourth year. We have some workshops as well as one-on-one advising with our international student advisors that can help you apply for a co-op work permit once you're a student and have acceptance into the co-op stream based on your academic performance in the program so far. And the application is completed online through the MyCIC. I just want to give a quick shout out to our international student ambassadors, and there's also several other ambassador programs at the college, e-mentors, and as well peer tutors. So these programs allow our current students to act as ambassadors and help welcome and support the new international students and integrate you all into a supportive community pre-arrival, but also once you have arrived on campus. This is our CISA group, the Centennial International Student Ambassadors. More than 500 international students and domestic students. In their later years, the returning students have volunteered as part of this program to help support the new international students make their transition into the college. So we had talked a bit about fast track programs, and there's been a number of questions about them. So I just want to recap. The fast track programs allow students to gain a block transfer of credits for their previous education. So if you have a related degree, you should apply for a fast track program. If you're coming straight out of high school, you should apply for the post-secondary program, which is not fast track. So with that block transfer of credits, you can skip the first year of the program. So the first 2 semesters, that first academic year, and get a head start into that program and transfer your knowledge from your bachelor's degree or diploma into North American standards. The fast track programs are shorter and more cost effective than a traditional research focused postgraduate studies, for example, a master's or a PhD, and provides a strong connection with industry through co-op opportunities and allows students to obtain the Canadian work experience in their field. So if you have studied degree abroad, taking a fast track program, advanced diploma, or diploma program will allow you to have an opportunity to learn in ways that probably you've never had the chance to experience yet. And that is through the Canadian College advantage of hands-on learning and applied learning and working directly with industry partners through your capstone project, through the SETAS technology fair that was mentioned, or through taking a co-op work term, which is a full 1 year of Canadian work experience. And of course, after graduation, having that opportunity to apply for the Canadian post-graduation work permit. This slide just shows the difference between a post-secondary program, fast track, and a graduate certificate. So you can see all the post-secondary programs right out of high school, and we'll need your high school transcripts as well as the academic English requirements. And fast track programs, students must have a degree or diploma, and a graduate certificate as well. Students must have a degree or a diploma. So if you're a postgraduate student, you can consider fast track programs or graduate certificate programs. And both of these are considered postgraduate options, and students will have an opportunity to obtain a study permit to come to Canada as a postgraduate student and study a fast track diploma or advanced diploma program. And we also have 2 degree programs. The Bachelor's of Information Technology, Computer and Computer Networks is the SETAS bachelor's degree. And as well, we had a question about the residence. So all of these programs, the electronics, electrical, and energy systems engineering programs are offered at Progress Campus, which is where our residence is located, right across the street from our campus. So if you're interested to study at our residence, this is what it looks like. Here is a peek inside. You can see it's a really excellent living and learning community, and have lots of events and opportunities to get connected with study groups as well as social activities, and the gym. There's a place to watch movies and hang out, and games rooms, and CAF, all sorts of good stuff there at the residence. So let's just talk a little bit now about the opportunity to work in Canada. So first of all, your study permit is a work permit. You can work 20 hours per week on or off campus, and there's no need to apply for a separate work permit. And your scheduled breaks, which could be between your semesters, if you have a scheduled break, a semester off, some of the programs, or during the holidays. For example, during the winter time, there's Christmas holidays, and these times where you're not scheduled to be in class, you have the opportunity to work full-time. And after graduation, you can apply for the Canadian post-graduation work permit. So if you complete a 1-year program, which of these programs we discussed today, electrical techniques is a 1-year certificate program. Also, if you completed a fast track program that was a diploma, so a 2-year diploma program, you could potentially complete that in just 1 year as a fast track student. So if you complete 1 year of studies, you'll be eligible to apply for a 1-year post-graduation work permit. And if you complete a 2-year program, a 3-year program, or a 4-year program, you'll have the opportunity to apply for the maximum 3-year post-graduation work permit, which I can mention is an advantage of choosing to study at a college like Centennial. Whether you study a 4-year university degree and pay significantly higher fees, or choose to study a 2- or 3-year program at a college like Centennial, you'll still have that opportunity to apply for the maximum 3-year post-graduation work permit. And as well, we have our English requirements on our website, and our follow-up email, you can take a look at the English requirements and find the scores that will be required for your program. You can see the IELTS scores listed here. So for most of the diploma programs, it's 6.0 with no bands below 5.5. And for fast track programs, as well as some of the advanced diploma and diploma programs, IELTS is 6.5 with no bands below 6.0. Now, depending on where you've studied in the past, you may be able to meet the English requirements through previous education or Centennial's assessment test. You can see our tuition here for our SETAS programs is about $17,956 for 2 semesters. And as well, we have these awesome pathways to farther study. So if you're interested potentially to study a degree, you can start your diploma or advanced diploma program at Centennial, apply for a post-graduation work permit, and then later have those opportunities to continue to study at the degree level, either directly after your program or after gaining a couple of years of work experience and potentially even moving along towards your pathway to permanent residency if you're interested to study, work, and stay in Canada. So we have 1,046 outbound academic pathways, and that includes 499 degree pathways. And you've seen some of the faculty mention some pathways specific to their program. On our program outline, you can find pathways tab, which will demonstrate any of the university pathways that are available for that program. So that brings us to our wrap up for international. Thanks again to everybody for coming out. We hope to stay in touch with you. Please follow us on our social media, and you can send us a message to follow up, and also get in touch with your international admissions team. At Centennial, you have a designated admissions team member for your country of residence that is going to be happy to help you every step of the way. They're also an expert on the documents from your country and all of the requirements and potentially home country testing that you may need as part of your application to Centennial. So can I ask for Cheyenne just share in our chat here the link to our international admissions team members, and you can click that link to get in touch with the right person to help you take the next step and apply to Centennial, or if you've received an offer to pay your fees and start your Head Start program to start studying at Centennial. We are still accepting applications for fall 2022 for programs that are open and available. So you can check the program outline, and it's going to show you a program availability chart. So you can check to see whether your program is available or closed for fall. And as well, we need to consider your visa processing time. So depending on which country you're applying for, you may be running out of time to apply for a study permit for fall 2022 if you are still outside of Canada. If you're onshore within Canada, then any program that is available and open, we are accepting applications and processing offers very quickly. And if you're outside of Canada and your visa processing time is extended, we encourage you to apply for winter 2023. And most of the programs that we've reviewed today have an intake available for fall and winter. So that concludes our SETAS webinar, electronics and electrical and energy programs. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Any final questions to answer, faculty? So question for energy. How many assignments will we have during a semester for energy systems engineering technology? So Cam, maybe you could just talk a little bit about how the academic content is divided between assignments or projects or tests.
So let's look at the electronics program. So students are expected to have very hands-on experience. Most of the time, students will spend their hands-on hands-on work in the lab environment. So they can do it either remotely at home, or they had to get the lab kit and build the components and take a screenshot, a video, and submit it. Most of the time, they will be spending their time, a lot of time in the lab and doing e-projects, really assignments. So every few other weeks, we have online quizzes, and you expect that every week you have the lab assignment for each subject. And in the midterm, I would say week 7, week 6, we're going to have So online quiz, and also the lab test to make sure that you have acquired the actual hands-on skills and the knowledge to build and test and measure and provide the results that we expect to see. So a lot to work in the lab for sure. Yeah.
Thank you, Cam, for answering as it relates to the electronics program. Arun, what would you have to say for energy systems, which is the student has asked about as well?
Okay, so thank you for the question. The assignments almost in every semester, and you will have some assignments. Some assignments are group assignments, some are individual assignments. And so this will improve your communication skill, your knowledge, also working as a team. And so you'll learn a lot from these assignments, and particularly the teamwork. You'll learn a lot how to work as a team. So this is a very good assignment, and you are going to love these assignments. So
question for Slava: do electrical engineering students focus more on theory or practical, or a combination?
Yeah, very good question. Actually, we are around 50-50, so it means labs and their theories are equally spread, and this is a very important part of all the labs. Also, to mention, the fall going to be on campus. Not only labs, the lectures as well planned to be on campus, so you will get your experience not just virtual but actually hands-on.
And one more for you, Cam. So this is a question for electronics engineering and technology, for someone interested in working on the semiconductor industry in the future. Are there co-op options within this area?
For the semiconductor, particularly if you're talking about the foundry, we do not have many foundries here in Canada. It do happen in China, in Singapore, in Taiwan. We do actually support a semiconductor level, which is doing the signal measurement and doing components level debugging, signal measurement and processing. So we do have many co-op companies hiring co-op in repairing, testing, and they're doing the system testing, subsystem testing in home security, Miracom, and also for the biomedical instruments. Yes, there are a lot of opportunities there for them, not necessarily on the foundry side, but at least in the semiconductor testing.
Great. So I think that brings us to the end. How many years PGWP after I finished 1 year fast track? So yeah, 1 year program allow you to apply for a 1 year post-graduation work permit. A 2 year program or 3 year or 4 year program will allow you to apply for the maximum 3 year post-graduation work permit. So welcome everybody to study, work, and live in Canada. Hope you found this webinar to be very informative. We're going to share the link, the recorded session, with all of the students who have registered and our follow-up email. So that concludes the webinar. Thanks everybody. Bye now.